Hi, readers. My name is Natalie, and I am so excited to be joining your teacher and your classmates in Leading Reading Workshop. You can see your teacher and I as being co-teachers or co-pilots to our reading work. As I've been getting to know your teacher, I've been learning that we both have a passion for books and for reading, and we both realize that we think reading is such an important activity in our lives, and we want reading to be just as important of an activity for you and your classmates. So, with that being said, it made me think about important activities to everybody. It made me think about important activities to dancers, to athletes, even to authors and writers. And it was making me think about how when an activity is important to us, we don't just jump right into it, but we prepare for it. For example, let's think about athletes. Athletes don't just jump right into the games. They don't just jump right into their favorite sport. They have to get ready for it. They prepare. They practice every day to get better at their craft. And then when it's time for the game, they don't just jump into the game. They warm up. They take some extra practice shots and swings. And then they get ready as a team to go off to the game. We can do the same thing as readers. We can prepare for our reading lives. So today, I want to teach you that readers find ways to set themselves up so that their reading is fantastic. We don't just read books, we also build a reading life. So you might be thinking, how can we set ourselves up for reading? How do I set myself up for a reading life? Well, readers, we can think about what's worked for us in the past, and we can also think about what's working for us right now. Let me show you what I mean. So I was thinking about building my reading life. And in order to build my reading life, I want to think about my favorite reading spot, materials that make reading go really well for me, and even the books that I love to read. So I was thinking I would show you. I have a favorite reading spot right here in my home. My favorite reading spot is right here on this couch. I have a cozy corner. I also have my favorite pillows, my favorite blanket, and then it's right next to this big window, so I get lots of natural light so I can see the pages of my book really well. But I also have this lamp that helps me see at night when I do reading in the evening time. Not only do I have a cozy reading spot, but I also keep my materials close by. You'll see that I have my reader's notebook and something to write with. And then you'll see my stack of books right there with me. I keep my books close by with my favorite genres and even some series that I love to read. So, readers, do you see how I've set myself up for reading before I've even gotten there? You will be doing the same thing, thinking about your reading life. Let me show you what I mean. When you get ready to set up your reading life, you'll have a couple of things you want to think about. One, you'll want to think about your reading spot. Where is a comfortable place for you to do your reading? Your reading could be a spot that you had last year or over the summer. Or do you want to find a new spot to read? If you love the reading spot from last year or that you've been reading from recently, is there any way to cozy it up, fancy it up? Maybe you want to add pillows. Maybe you want to bring your stack of books to your reading spot, which makes us think about what materials we might want to have. Do you want to use a reading notebook in paper, or do you want to have a virtual reading notebook? Do you have something to write with? Which also leads us to think about the books that we read. You might be thinking about genres that you love. You might be thinking about book series that you want to start or continue. When you're thinking about books, will I bring up a stack of books to my reading spot? Or will I find my books virtually? Will I create a virtual book bag for myself? One other thing we'll want to think about is how are we going to keep up with all of this reading that we're doing that's so important to us? Will I have a reading log inside of my reading notebook? Will I have a reading log virtually on my computer? I'll want to be thinking about all of these things as I begin to set up my reading life. Readers, what's really exciting is we are going to get ready to start this today. Today, as you go off to read, I don't want you to just like go grab the book and jump right in. I want you to prepare. I want you to help set up that reading life. You'll want to go off, find a cozy reading spot. You'll want to gather up your materials, and you'll want to bring your stack of books or find your books online where you have them in your virtual book bag. Readers, today starts our new journey together. Today is the day that we start our important activity of reading and building our reading lives. We can't wait to see and hear how this goes for you. Have fun.